we got a plethora of things that we want to talk about today. But right off the rip, I wish we could have talked about it whenever it actually went down, when it was all going down. And it sucks that DC isn't here to talk on this. But let's talk about the WWE releases, bro. Because it was so sudden, bro. Like, it was crazy. I think a lot of people were shocked. And surprisingly enough, I don't think I was as shocked as everybody else was with the releases. There was maybe like one or two names where I was like, ooh, that's tough. But other than that, I really wasn't surprised at who all was released, just because, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the releases were justified, and you could harp on it if you want to.
Whoa, that's
Let me
that's
go ahead and
crazy.
get the list up real
Justified?
quick, chat. I wouldn't say justified, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying? They can't keep everybody. You feel me?
I
And
mean, of
so,
course, yeah. Some of the names were crazy.
yeah, I'm trying to. I thought I had it saved. I guess not. But off the top of my head, I know I just listed a few of the releases. Dakota Kai being one of the biggest. And like I said, it sucks that Dixie isn't here, because I
I
know
know,
Dixie is like one
bro.
of. He
That's
is.
that's why it's actually not here.
I'm not even joking, bro. I think Dixie is probably the biggest Dakota Kai fan I've ever seen in my life. So it does suck that he's not here. But yeah, Dakota Kai, Braun Strowman.
Oh,
If I'm missing
I
anybody,
missed
let me
something.
know. I
Hold up, I
thought I
missed
had it
something
saved.
on the topics list. Or are we talking about the Cora Jade and not the Cora
Nah,
Jade
yeah.
thing, but the Cora Jade and the Cora Jade and Gigi Dolan thing?
Oh, I mean, yeah, we can harp on that too if we got a little bit. We'll talk about that in the releases in the releases. I'm trying to see if I got it saved, but yeah, Dakota Kai, Braun Strowman, Cora Jade. Am I missing anybody else? I know I'm missing a lot of people,
So I got
but I thought I had it saved. I guess
so
not, Chuck.
they released Kaden Carter and Katana Chance,
Yes, they released those
which
too.
is sad. Couple of my personal favorites. We're looking at NXT. Cora Jade and Gigi Dolan are definitely some big ones.
Yeah.
Eddie Thorpe also.
Yes.
They released well, so they broke up the team beforehand, but they released half of Metaphor, which is probably my biggest release I'm upset about, just because Metaphor was like my group
Mm-hmm.
in NXT.
Oh
Um,
yes, bro, that was lame.
and they released former Chase U member Riley Osborne.
Ooh, and then another big name that I missed was Shayna Baszler. That was tough. I was like, dang,
Oh, I forgot about
she
that.
never
That
really
is
did.
crazy.
She didn't never really get her. I guess you could say shot, especially how like dominant she was in NXT. So that kind of hurt. I was like, wow, that is actually insane. And then shot see. But like I said, I feel like the biggest names were obviously Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, and so we'll talk about that. I mean, and it's crazy because I was literally talking about this the other day, just on a random live stream. I was like, "What do they plan on doing with Braun Strowman?" Because I mean, those giant matches, those monster versus monster matches, ain't gonna cut it for me at least. And so the fact that he is now released is, like I said, it's not like I can't say I didn't see it coming. You feel me? And then the Dakota Kai, when she didn't win the women's intercontinental championship, I knew it was over, bro. And then they didn't really spin the block after that either. And then just injury prone. I was like, yeah, it just wasn't working out for Dakota Kai, bro. I am gonna miss her because she was fired to the company. I feel like she had a pretty cool fan base. You know what I'm saying? Dixie included. So it's tough,
Hey,
bro.
Mason included.
Yeah, I mean, I always loved
Let's get
Dakota
real.
Kai, but I wasn't the biggest Dakota stan like Dixie is, and so I know that has to
I don't think
suck, bro.
anybody else can do that.
It is, yeah, for real. That is
Yeah, everybody
crazy,
got that one person they
bro.
ride
I
or
can't
die for.
believe Dixie not here to speak on that, bro. But like, I mean, like I said, other than Dakota Kai, there wasn't really any releases that really upsetted me, or I was like, oh wow, already. You know what I'm saying, or anything like that. I don't know. Like, is there anybody that you were like, wow, I can't believe they got released?
Um, I've said it before. Jakar Jackson getting
Oh yeah,
released because
yeah.
I think she's really good. She could have done some good single stuff for NXT. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's still young. Like,
Oh yeah,
there's
very young.
a lot of potential there. Oro Mensa definitely because I feel like he was also part of Metaphor. He never really got that chance as a single star. Um, no high profile matches or anything to speak of.
Yeah.
If I I wasn't as big on Cora Jade as a lot of people were, but I think there's definitely something there, and it is. To me, anyway, it's a little weird that she got released just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Gigi Dolan's older, so
So wait, Gigi Dolan got
well, okay,
released too?
yeah. Before
Damn,
I say she's older, let me
that's
look up
tough.
her age. Could be wrong. Oh, she's only
What?
27.
Yeah,
That's
why?
crazy.
I was about to say, I ain't gonna lie, I was pretty shocked with the Cora Jade release. I ain't gonna lie, just because I feel like, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I thought she was really gonna have a push, like a women's title push, even if it was for the women's North American Championship or the NXT Championship in general, or like the women's NXT Championship. So I'm not gonna lie, I'd be lying if I would said I wasn't surprised. Or yeah, I was that was one of the bigger ones I was surprised by, just because I mean, like you said, something was definitely there, and it felt like they just missed out on an opportunity with Cora Jade. I feel like she should have been the next. I guess because they brought in all that women, like that talent in the women's division on NXT, it kind of overshadowed what Cora Jade had going on in the steam that she had, I guess, returning. And so that's tough. And Gigi Dolan, I mean, other than her having a fat butt, I never really got behind, you know what I'm saying, her work. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't hold up. Let me make sure I'm right. Don't you get married to her in one of the 2K My Rises?
I think so, bro. It's just crazy.
Which game was it? Because I
I
need to
can't.
buy that.
I want to say it's 22 or 23. I can't remember exactly. Dixie would know better than I would, but yeah, that is crazy though,
Um,
bro.
Shayna Baszler
Oh yeah, that was
leaving
a big one too, bro.
before ever getting. Oh, she never got a world championship, a women's world championship.
Yes, bro.
She was only the tag team champs with
It does
Nia Jax.
suck, bro. It because I mean, and especially now that they got the women's mid card championship, it's like, wow, that's
Hmm.
crazy. What's up?
She would have been great for that scene too, because I mean, the SmackDown the women's US Championship scene, in my opinion, it's pretty dead. It's like three people. Uh, what is it? Zelina Vega, Chelsea Green, and what's her face, Mia Yim.
Yeah,
Like that's really it. Nobody else really matters.
that's what I'm saying.
Or it's treated like they matter.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like they released her at the wrong time. I feel like this would have been the perfect time to actually start building Shayna Baszler up as a character. But at the same
Hmm.
time, same thing with Braun Strowman. They really didn't have any direction for either of those superstars. It felt like they were just at a standstill and their careers were at a halt. So I guess, like I said, it does make sense for these releases. Like I don't think there was, like I said, besides the Cora Jade one, there in Dakota Kai, obviously there wasn't really any releases that was like, or in Jakarta. I mean, besides, you know what I'm saying, the fact of the matter is I don't think there was any releases where it was like, oh, they didn't deserve to get released. Not that any of these people got like deserved it, but you know what I mean. Like I don't know. Like I said, once Dakota Kai lost that women's intercontinental championship match, I knew it was over, bro. Like, and then I think they said she got hurt after that match, so they couldn't even spin the block and get a rematch in or something like that. Even though it wasn't a major
Yeah.
injury, it's just like I don't know, bro. It is tough, and it does suck.
She's very injury prone in general. I think
Yeah.
she's, correct me if I'm wrong. I think she's torn both
Yes, bro.
ACLs. I might be wrong about that. I know she tore at least one.
That is tough, bro.
And just history of what concussions and dislocations and whatnot. Which I mean, who in wrestling isn't? But I feel like at the very least they could have kept her around as a manager or something. Maybe she didn't want to do that, and that's why
Yeah.
she got released. But this just means what's the name? This means Damage Control is dead.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Because
Like, and I think it's kind of been dead because I mean they haven't really been showing Kari
that's
Sane.
also true.
They haven't been showing
It's
Kari
really just
Sane,
been
Io and Dakota. Really.
she's injured. Yeah, Kyrie and Asuka I think are both injured,
Yeah, which
and
is crazy.
it's really just it's really just Io and Dakota left, and yeah, they weren't really doing anything with Dakota, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah, for real. And then I want to talk about this just real quick before we move on. Like, you think Bailey's gonna go to AEW? Like, you think she's gonna, you know what I'm
I
saying?
is their contract expiring soon?
I have no clue, but I did see Mercedes Monet or whatever make a post or something, and she was like, I forgot what she basically made a post with Bailey, and I'm like, oh wow, like that would be crazy. And let's just say theoretically or hypothetically, if that was to happen, do you think that's like a big loss for WWE, or you think that's just a bigger gain for AEW? Like, what you think
I would
outweighs
say
which
I think it's a bigger gain
for AEW?
for AEW. What I will say to qualify that is I don't know if AEW is going to use her properly just because there's so
Mm,
many women on the roster already who don't like get anything. Like the
Yeah.
women's roster is basically Tony Storm, Mariah May, Chris Statlander, maybe Athena. I don't even know if she's on the main roster yet,
Mhm.
and whoever else. Uh, actually, oh, and Willow Nightingale. But I think it would that WWE would have everything to gain from it, or not WWE. AEW would have
AEW.
everything to gain from it, but and at the same time, I think WWE would be losing an important piece of their roster because Bailey, you can put pretty much anywhere. You can have her doing anything. She's kind of like
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, who I know that you like to hate on, but she's like Sami Zayn, where she's just amazing at whatever she does. So they're definitely gonna miss. There's gonna be a hole left if
I feel that.
that role was gone.
Nah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I just was curious. Yeah, I have to reiterate everything you said. I think it would be a bigger gain for AEW than it would be a bigger loss for WWE. Because I mean, like I said, the women division is just stacked, bro. Like, there's just so many, there's so many big names in the women's division, and to still to come too. Like that NXT women's division is literally like, bro, I cannot wait for the future of the women's division in WWE. But
Just
speaking
wait
of,
till we get Mariah May. Whew.
hey, hey, boy, you ain't, hey,